Okay, so my plan is to make some succulent pillows. These are my plans I made up, I drew up, because I try to find measurements online or just like the general template, and I couldn't find any, so I made these. I'll show you. This is the largest one, and then you have the second largest one, which is 7 of these, and then this one you have 5, this one you have 3, and then this one there's only 1. I'm kind of unsure about that shape being that long, because it's a leaf, right? But I can always cut it down if it's too long, but if it's too short, you'd just not be able to do anything. But paper is just way too thin to transfer, like when you're making the fabric to cut it out. So I have these boxes I use from my Poshmark and stuff. I'm going to draw it onto there, cut all this out, and draw it, and then I'll have like an actual thick template to use. So I've transferred these onto the boxes and put the measurements so I'll know which ones are which. I just have to cut them out. So hopefully like industrial scissors will work. Ben's chilling. Yeah, he's chilling. That's my assistant. Finn. Yes. He's lazy. He doesn't do anything. He's getting fired next week. So I've cut these out. This is what they look like in relativity to size. You can see they slowly get smaller in succession. So hopefully with 7 of those, 5 of those, 3 of those, and 1 of those, I'll make a succulent. So I'm gonna start with this dark fabric. I have a dark and light. Yeah, I'm gonna start with this one. This fabric has to be stretched out in like a really big span and takes up a lot of room. It lays good like once you get super flat, but as you can see it wants to wrinkle, so I hope that'll be alright. Some people do those in like that paper, right, and then they pin it to this and then draw it. Pinning cardboard would be so stupid, so I'm just gonna lay it on there and hope that works. I'll do the big ones first. So I've got all these down. There's 14 of them, hence 7 twice, front and back. Now I think instead of just cutting these out, I'm going to transfer those. They are waiting. Hopefully this is enough fabric. I think I got 2 yards. This almost looks like a blanket or something as it is. But yeah, transfer all those and then I'll cut all of it out. So I did the other ones, they're the next size, and then I started on the next smallest ones, but my helper is here. He's interrupting my work. Why is he sitting like that? Finn, are you working hard or hardly working? Give me this. Yeah, he's in my way, so he doesn't do anything ever. I've just finished tracing the small ones, then the second small ones, medium ones, and the large ones are rolled up. He didn't help at all. But now I just have to cut these out. So now I've got it laid out. He's down there. I have to use these are the gold scissors we got for this, right? I picked them out because they're gold, not because they'll do better than any other scissors, but because they're gold. And I want to save this extra fabric, which isn't much, so I'm going to cut that and save all that. Sound like a good plan? Yeah. Yep. But I've got it rolled up right now. So much to do. I cut out the shape of the fabric just so it'd be easier to cut and got rid of the excess, but there's a little strip here. So I just quickly made a little toy for Finn. He loves it. Ulu. His name is Ulu, but he likes his little toy. I'm trying to get it so I can show if it actually like hanging.
It's a little bit slow.
Yeah, he's very slow.
Oh, how's my hand jerk?
Stand up. Me tall. Oh, he's a CEO. You working? I'll cut all these out. The one down there is the tiniest, right? And they go up to here, and then those are next. That's the little scraps and the big scraps. My Coke. And then these are all the main first level ones. But it's like 5 in the morning. Got some pins to hold them in place while I sew. Some needles I hope are the right size. I got this green thread because I think it matched this and the other fabric. I don't know, I just guess. So it's sewing time, and then the batting goes inside these after that. I've stuck the pins in all these in the way like I want to sew it. Then I think instead of sewing them and then stuffing them all, I'm just gonna stuff it, and then sew it up and get one done at a time. I've sewed around this edge, and then I sewed this edge, and then now it just has to be flipped and then stuffed and then sewed on the bottom. Flip duty.
Oh. What is the beanie?
Yeah, it looks like one. Or like a puppet. Yeah. Yes. It kind of is a beanie. It'd fit like a toddler's head, but they look like a squid.
I like the shape. The shape is good. No, looks good.
Ooh. Now I have to stuff it. This is it filled. I don't know like if this is the way I want it yet. I've got it pinned here at the bottom, and then I'll sew it. This is it after I sewed the bottom. The first one is down. I have 1 million to go. So I got the bottom layer done. This is kind of like the general shape. I have this stack to do of the next layer, which is 7 of those again. And still all those. It's now daylight. It's like 1 p.m. Still doing it. I've just now got the second layer done. It's taking way longer than I thought. Finn, put your hat on. Hi, Chief. He looks like a little gnome.
It's like me.
Yeah. We could make a little cosplay costume. He likes it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He loves it.
He's loving this right now.
Oh. He's like, yeah, I'm dealing with it. He is so
Can you
fast.
see my friend?
He's like, I'm done. I give up.
I'm sleeping.
So I was in that bag, ignoring the cream pie. I was in that bag getting stuffing like I've been doing this whole time. And they gave me a stick, like to stick in there, I guess. I just been using my finger, like swirling it around. I love how it wasn't like even in the top. It was just like in the bottom. It's like a prize you get in your cereal. You get put to work now. Finally, I got the third layer done. I would stack it up there, but it fell last night. I have 3 more, and then the littlest one's like under here to do, and then I'll be done with this, and then I'll have to sew it all together, which is going to be really difficult. Finished these 3, and this goes in the middle, and I don't think it lays. I think it like sets up and you build around it, which is kind of going to be hard to do. And then that's the other pile, but a lot of people start from the bottom up. I'm going to start from the top down because I feel like that's the hardest, and I'll figure it out. Very difficult though. I don't know what I'm doing. I got this part sewed into place. It's not exactly as straight as I would like it. Another project I'm working on. I have cuts and burns all over my fingers. This is like a rough idea of what it's looking like. It's like wonky. I don't know how to make it too good. Then this goes on top of all of that. Oh. Yeah, I sewed it together without having a crisis. It's not completely sturdy, but I think it's okay. Also, these are my hands. I didn't rip my nails off doing this. But I will say, they're pretty messed up. You're playing RuneScape. I just sewed this part down. My voice cracked because, like, oh my god. This was difficult. Yeah, this is wet. Thanks to somebody.
It was down my throat.
My helper here, who doesn't help. Good job. Go get it.
He's obsessed with reflections.
I'm tripping him out. I'm so Ben. Oh my god. The house just catches on fire. What would you do? Oh my god. Oh my god. You're a troublemaker. I've got this part set around, and my plan is this will like set on top of it like that after I sew it. But I'm going to sew the ring, and then I guess I'm going to like secure these up. I don't know yet. I've just sewed the bottom part to this. One thing I will say, the more you go about this, like sewing these to each other, the bottom part wants to like curl in. You can see when I pick it up, it kind of wants to curl down. But it kind of gives it extra support. I only have 1 more layer to go. As it was before, it looked pretty big, but I just laid it on like the bottom pieces right. It looks colossal. For reference, that's like my leg, right? Thing's massive. It's pretty tall. I want to say it's like a foot tall. Like that's my purse, right? It's bigger than that. I don't know. The bigger the better, I guess, though. Wow. It's a lot of work, but it's kind of cool. I don't know if it's worth, like, my thumbs bleeding constantly and all my fingers, but yeah. If you are thinking about making this, be prepared for that. You will have no skin left on your fingers, but you will have a foot-tall succulent plant to put your head on at night. So I've sewed the bottom on. I didn't sew it, like, thoroughly, just, like, a few quick stitches to hold it on, which I can show you. It's hollow in there. But the outside layer is finished. Like, this part is done. It's mainly done. I secured this part down a little bit, but you can see these want to curl up just because of the dome-like shape. But I want to make a cushion to fill in these because I've not seen, like, anyone do that, but I feel like it needs done. I drew a circle. Like, I just drew a circle. That's why it's kind of wonky. He didn't help. And I'm going to cut that out and then duplicate it and trace this out of that. Hopefully when I stuff this, it'll be the right size. I'm just, like, guessing on all this, so I have no idea. So I got both of them cut out. I think this one's actually bigger than that one, but when I sew them together, I don't think you'll be able to notice. Plus, it might give me, like, a little bit of seam allowance because I just didn't care about that. But I have to sew this and then shove some stuffing in it. Show it shut. Sew it shut and then put it in there. Oh my god, I don't know. That looks like a cabbage to me. But yeah, gotta sew that real quick and then do all that. As you can see, I pinned it and it's kind of poofing up, but it's already like a hollow space to fill. So hopefully when that puffs up, it'll fit in there. I realized I sewed the wrong, like, side, right? Because when you flip it out, the sharp is going to be on that side. And also, I left some thread because I didn't want to rethread it. So I'm wondering if I should just stuff it and then sew it like this so that there's, like, a lip, which will give me something to attach that to instead of flipping it and then it just being straight. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start stuffing it. I hope it's enough to fill this. I'm not sure. I don't think it is. If not, that's going to suck, like, a lot. I want to share this because it's silly. It's making me laugh. Does that not look like a mouth to you? Oh my god. I think I'm going to run out of stuffing, but I can't work with it looking at me like that. Ooh. I don't know if it's going to, like, bite me. It looks like a fish. Yeah. I gotta compose myself and get back to work, but I just thought it looked horrendous. So I didn't film this part, but I made this cushion and put on it, and I think I made it too big even though I didn't overstuff it because when I flip this over, like, it wants to bounce, and you can see it sets off the floor a little more than I would like it to. This one is done. So my boyfriend just left for work a little bit ago. It's like 7 in the morning, but last time I did this, I had all this floor to work with. Now there's a bed here in my other one. Ulu. I'm gonna try to work up here. This is a different color green. It's lighter than that one, but the light looks super weird in here right now, so you can't tell. But I want to trace everything on here and start working because I want to finish this whole other pillow before he gets off work. That one took me like 3 days off and on, and I want to try to do this one in like 8 hours, so wish me luck. I've got my patterns out I made. It's been months since I've did the other one because I just haven't had time or storage to mess with it, but we decided that the next one isn't going to have the bottom layer because that one's quite large and we wanted one just a little smaller, like stair step them. So I'm going to eliminate this one and just do these, which shouldn't take quite as long, but they're still 7, 5, 3, 1. So we'll see how that turns out because I have to double these. Double it and pass it to the next person. So if there's 7, that means 14. So I've got all of the pieces drawn that I need done. I did it in about 45 minutes. I'm going to cut all these out, pin them together, sew them, stuff them. I'm going to get a coffee drink first because I need that. 1 hour down, like 8, 7 to go to get that done. I've just got all the pieces cut out. You can see the collar a little bit better now. 2, 3-ish hours down. I've got this stack pinned. I have to switch out my thread. I had black thread from where I hemmed his pants yesterday, clipping them so they stay. I'm going to use that, which is the exact same I used on the other one, and hopefully it matches. But yeah, I have this stack to do, and I'll pin those and those and those. I've got all of these sewn and flip inside out from the way they were, which is the right side. Now I have to stuff those and sew them shut. I've got all the pieces sewn and stuffed. Now I just have to put them together. I've just sewn it together. My fingernails are about to come off my finger, my real ones. But I sewed all of it without looking. I just flipped it upside down. This part looks a little strange, but I'm going to build a little circle to put under it to hold it up, and then that should be it, and then I can adjust it. I just did these. I just freehand them to be like an oval shape, and I'll sew these together and stuff it and put it in there. I sewed the bottom piece on. It's a little different than the other one, but my fingers were bleeding and everything, so I just stopped. It's pretty stout. That's what we're looking at. I did it rather quickly because I wanted to finish it before we got off work, but that's what it looks like compared to the other one. That one looks a little bit better, but not bad. This is what they look like finished. I prefer this one compared to that one, but color-wise and size-wise. So, yeah.
My balls and
You cannot see that on YouTube. You're gonna do.
put my balls in.
But Ulu looks cute, you know. Look how cute he is. He loves it. He looks scared. He's not even being held hostage.